That was one of my boys running with me towards the finish. I'm not crying, you're crying. Race day. Welcome one and all to my first ever race day vlog, Joe Athletic. A couple of things to note early on here. I shot this on an iPhone while I was running, so stabilization is average to poor, but bear with me. The second thing I want you to remember is that at the end of this video, I'm going to be sharing with you my big learning out of this race, which was not my number one race, was not my number one goal. Under 130, I would have been happy, but I took away a big learning, so you're going to have to stick around to the end to learn what that was. And here we are, Clevedon Half Marathon day. It's freaking early, so this is a voiceover of me eating porridge and doing what I got to do, which is Nespressoing. I'm staying at my parents' house the night before, and they only have an espresso coffee machine. You know, it's brown liquid, it'll do the trick. Glorious. And right about now, it's time to head outside, hop into the car, chuck my bag in there, and get going on the long drive. What a beautiful sight, the Auckland skyline there in the early morning, and country roads heading out there, southeast Auckland, a place called Clevedon. If you haven't been, you should go. It's really nice and quaint. And as we got closer, it's about 5 in the morning, but maybe 5:30. There's traffic and people all heading to this race, right? And here's me pulling into the parking up. I've made it to Clevedon. Race day, guys. And sorry there wasn't a lot of talking earlier in this video. I tried to record a couple of things, but I just couldn't get the words out at that time in the morning. I had to get up about 4:20, and so now here I am in Clevedon, sort of southeast Auckland. Took about 45 minutes to drive here. Lovely drive, country roads. It was mostly dark. The sun's just coming up now. I think it's just about 6:10 in the morning. Race starts at 7, so I gotta go get my race number, my bib and stuff. They very nicely do it on the day here, which is cool. So gotta go do that. Meant I didn't have to drive all the way out here yesterday to pick it up. So let's go do that, then get into a bit of warm up, and the race will come around quick. So we gotta get on our bike, so to speak. Great to see cousin Julia competing. No, we're actually no relation, but always great to see another Sweeney on the name board. 970.
That's Joe?
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Alright, so numbers on there. All sorted. About 28 minutes to go time. Feeling the pre-run stomach, so pre-race stomach. Could be down to nerves, but I feel like I need to make a little pit stop. And then going to get into my warm-ups. Probably should have given myself a little bit more time, but it's okay. So going to get my jog on and get over there now. Of course, a lot of other people are feeling the same nervous stomachs, and there's an enormous queue. So just had this running a little bit late for my warm-up. I think I got about 12 minutes till start time. So I'm going to need to get into that. Similar warm-up to last video. If you haven't seen that, check it out here. Somewhere here. And yeah, I really got to get into it now. So I'll see you at the start line. So here's me getting up into the starting corral, and it's one of those ones, before you know it, you're away. 1K in about 4:03. Sorry about the stabilization, it's just on my phone. But I've started off a bit quick, so just got to settle into it. Save some energy for later on. Now, right around this point, I look to my right and no bullet, something out of a movie. There's a pack of horses running towards the fence. It's so beautiful. I have not done it justice here.
Just gone through halfway, 4:11 average. Right on track, a little bit ahead of 1:30. Felt good. First half, starting to feel a little bit now, so got to conserve energy, get the heart rate under control.
So that was my race, guys. Thanks for joining me for it. Goes without saying, a gear upgrade is more than necessary, but thank you for sticking with me. That's going to come soon. Official time 1:28:23, so the Garmin was off a little bit as usual. That's okay. We'll forgive it. And in terms of my PB, it's not a PB, but that's okay. It's about 90 seconds ish off my PB, which I set in my mid-20s, and I'm 36 now, so you got to be happy with that. And especially happy since, you know, this was never the goal race. This was a glorified training run, and yeah, the goal really is to figure out where I was at, see where I was at, and got to be happy with that. Tough rolling course, gravel sections as you saw, some hills, some rises that really took it out of the legs, so really happy with that. 22nd overall, and we move on. We move on to the next challenge and the race I'm really targeting, which is the Auckland Waterfront Half Marathon mid-April, really building towards that. But I promised you earlier that I would give you an insight, I guess, into the big thing I learned from the Clevedon Half Marathon, and I'll tell you a story in order to do that. So first of all, you know, after the race, go on the race website, and like a lot of races, it's got the leaderboard, it's got all your finish times, it's got people's names. And I'm such a nerd that what I did was I looked up people that beat me on Strava, okay? And there's this guy, you saw him earlier in the video, Balake, if you know, you know, Balake Skiemansky. I hope it's all right that I'm calling you out here, mate. You're a legend. You're wearing a Marlboro singlet, and so if you do smoke Marlboros regularly and you're still able to run like that, that is extra impressive. So I believe he came second, and I wanted to just check out, basically, he was one of the people I checked out and said, look, what sort of training does he do? What volume does he do, etc. So take a look at this graph on his Strava. 138 Ks in that week leading up to that race. He looked like he tapered there a bit, but I've since seen that he attempted a 100-miler. I think he DNF'd, but he was coming like second in a 100-mile race the other day. So this guy, he's living the dream, and he's doing a lot of Ks. So good on you, Balake. And then have a look at my graph. So literally in that same week, I'm hitting a bit over a third of the volume that he's hitting. So we're in completely different ballparks, right? And he was at, you know, he beat me by 10, 12 minutes, I guess. But I think that's exciting because it shows that I've got a lot of room for improvement, and the ability to improve when I increase that volume, when I get up to hitting, you know, 70s, 80s, 90s consistently a week. I'm not going to get up to 130s. I got 3 kids, I got a busy life. Probably not going to happen, but 90s could happen for consecutive weeks. And I think having that consistency already, I've seen in probably this year that I've really taken my running seriously, come on leaps and bounds in terms of what I'm able to do. I'm getting back to what I used to be able to do earlier in my mid-20s and stuff like that. So it's exciting. It's exciting to think the best is yet to come. I don't usually like it when people say that, but I just said it. No, it's exciting to think I've got a lever to pull there. Volume, consistency. So let's go. Thanks for joining me on my race day vlog, first ever race day vlog. I've got to get an Osmo or a GoPro or something. If you have any recs on what I should get, please let me know in the comments. And if you have been enjoying this channel so far, it's early days, but if you have been enjoying it, please do subscribe and let me know that you're enjoying it, to give me that boost, to give me that motivation to continue. Until next time, bye-bye.